It's Saturday morning, we're here at Meal Brace, and today we're exploring God's Word in various ways.
And it's the gathering together of Christians across Shropshire from the two dioceses, Hereford and Lichfield, to galvanise us for mission in God's church. And it's great to see over 200 people coming. We've got great seminar speakers, a really good keynote speaker, Dave Mail.
My passion is really helping the church to get out into its communities and connect with people and articulate their faith in kind of real and relevant ways.
Dave is a remarkable person. He was one of those who pioneered fresh expressions in the very early days before anybody was talking about it. Because he had a great sense that we need to go out there rather than to expect people to come in. And in essence, that's what he's been talking about this morning, in the need to know the love of God and to go out being yourself, but being out there with people, building relationships, and then creating the opportunities. In other words, it's following what Jesus said in the Great Commission, which wasn't, oh, please come to church, but go out into all the world and make disciples.
My role there is to develop fresh expressions of church for young people and young adults. And I'll be talking along those lines as well this afternoon. But in terms of pioneering church with young people, it's very much about going and meeting them where they're at, learning and being a part of their culture, enculturating yourself into that, and just learning and loving them where they are. It's quite different from an outreach project. At the end of an outreach project, you expect them to conform to your way of being church, and also your own expectations of what their relationship with God should look like.
Getting the order right is really important, and it's got to start from loving people, otherwise they just become targets. And love always sends us out to relate to people. So it's the simple thing of relationships and building those. And out of those, we're in a much better position to think, what kind of things might we be able to create to help those people connect with Jesus, rather than starting with, we need to do a new kind of service, and now how are we going to get people in, and then if they come in, how are we going to love them?
I'm leading a Messy Church workshop. We're going to creatively explore the values of Messy Church and hopefully inspire and equip people to start a Messy Church of their own.
My seminar is about praying for people. I've not just talked about there's a big scale praying for people one-to-one, but I've tried to explore how churches can develop prayer ministries, which is part of the mission-shaped agenda, isn't it? We listen for God and we see how he's joining in. So we're talking now about praying for one another and having the courage to listen to each other, listen to God, and then pray, see what happens.
Yes, it's been an interesting day in that both the speakers that I've listened to really have been indicative of the way that God works, that it's not really what you expect it to be.
Being together gives people a great sense of encouragement. A number of the parishes of which I represent are really quite small. They could be around the 10 to 20 mark. So to come into a gathering of a couple of hundred people and to be able to share in that, that's going to be an amazing encouragement. Secondly, is about giving them confidence, both through the seminars and through the keynote address we've just listened. People then have a confidence to say, yes, God can use me. Yes, I really do believe in what I'm doing, what this faith is all about, and I believe that God will be working in the places of which I'm a part.
I've been asked to give a seminar on should Christians be politically engaged. If Christians want to get their voice heard, they should be politically engaged, certainly with their local member of parliament, but I think themselves getting involved with local political parties, in local councils, and even perhaps considering running for parliament.
This is the first weekend I'm not working, so this morning I really wasn't looking forward to coming. I'm really glad I did. It's inspirational. There you go.